Everybody, Sub-Zero 29 here, and today we're going to be working on our mod. So we're going to be learning how to make a basic item. So for starters, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your modmain.java, and if you haven't made that, or if you have it a different name, delete it and rename it. Type at mod parenthesis mod. First you're going to want to just hover over this, import mod ID equals, and then name it, I'm going to name it tutorial, comma, name equals tutorial. And then finally, version equals 1.0. So basically what this does is it tells it whenever it's looking for something that has to do with the mod ID reference to there, if it wants to know the name for in-game, if you go to the mods list, it looks there. And if it wants to know the version, it looks there. Now, also we're going to want to do is we're going to want to type at network mod and import that, and then client side required equals true, and then put a comma and server side required equals false. So what this line does is it tells it that it needs to have client side, but it can have server side, but it doesn't need to. So now you're about done with that stuff. So now we can get started. So now under this, inside these brackets, you're gonna want to put public static capital I item and name it. I'm gonna name mine tgem, and then put a semicolon. And then import item from net.minecraft.item. And you're going to want to type in at event handler I think I spelled that wrong. Yeah, I didn't need that E. At event handler, and then type public void load parenthesis fml initialization event and an event. And then import event handler and import that. So now you're gonna want to type the name of your item, so tgem, and then equals new, and then we'll write tutorial items parentheses And now inside these parentheses is going to be the item ID, so I'm going to do 5,000. No. And now I'm going to press enter, tab a couple times, and type dot set creative tab creative tabs dot tab material. You're going to want to import creative tabs. And then down, what's this? Change to tab materials. And that's on the end. And then the set, and now that line tells it that it's going to go into the creative tab materials. Later in the series, we're going to make custom creative tabs for your mod, but for now, we're just going to use materials and stuff. And now we're going to type set texture name parentheses quotation tutorial T gem. And now it's going to look and put semicolon at the end of that line. Now it's going to look for the texture and tutorial and assets, assets, tutorial, textures, item, tgem. That will be the. I'll show you how to set that up later. And now you're going to want to create a class tutorial items or whatever you name this. And there we go. So now in this class, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to type, first things first, you want to type extends item. And that's about all you're going to have to type here. Now you're going to just have to import item, add a constructor, and you can delete this line, and you're done. So now you're going to hit this button up here, save all, and there should be no errors. There's no errors. So you run. You can go single player. I already have a world made. And you can go into a creative world. And you see that you have your item, but there's two things wrong with it. It's named item.null.name, and there's no texture. So now what you're going to want to do is underneath this, skip a couple lines, and type in language registry. Language registry dot add name T gem comma T gem, and change the language registry. I spelled that wrong. And remove this R that I added. If you want to get the final source code, I'll have it up on my site, and I'll have links to it. So all these mistakes that I make will be fixed in that, which I fix them during the video, but if you don't want to type the things wrong like I do in the video, you can just get that. So now save all, and this won't add the texture yet, but this will add a name, as you'll see. So now it's named tgem. So now it still doesn't add the texture. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to go here. We're going to want to go into this folder, MCP, source, SRC, Minecraft, assets, new folder, tutorial, and then in there you're going to want to create a new, actually wait, So yeah, you're gonna want to create new folder, textures, and go inside that, new folder, items. And inside items, you're gonna want to have a texture. I'll have this texture that I'm using. I made it up so that you could use it. And you're gonna want to just click and drag it into there, and make sure that it's named the same thing as the texture that you specified here. So make sure that's named capital T, capital GEM. So now you're gonna want to hit run client. Join back into your world. And look, we have a fully textured, fully named gem. So that's about it for this episode. Next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to make block for this gem, and we'll learn a little bit about crafting. So we'll learn how to craft a block out of this gem. And then the episode after that, we'll make it so we can actually naturally acquire this gem. Yes, I'm talking about ore generation. We're going to make an ore that will generate throughout the Minecraft universe. And so that's about it. So if you want to see more, like, subscribe, and comment. The more likes I get, the happier I get, the more episodes I do. So me happy equals you happy. So that's about it. Sub-Zero 29.